Trinity Islands, we find is an F truck. It's still a very pretty place. There, on the roof. Well, g'day everybody. It's been a few days since I did any filming, and the reason for that is we left Lismore. That would have been the last place you saw us. And we've done a couple of nights at Bundy Heads, which wasn't that exciting really. I'll throw in the stills of the one attraction that we looked at around Bundy Heads, but we met up with Pete and Shaz, who you might remember from some of my other clips. They're in their van at the present time. But what I wanted to show you is where we are. We've arrived at a place called Trinity Islands. It's a caravan park. It's in an area called Burrum River. It's not quite at Burrum Heads. It's at Burrum River. Anyway, yesterday we got here. It was beautiful, sunny, but it was blowing a gale. It was really, really windy, so we didn't bother putting up our awnings, but this is the views we get from where we're camped. So you've got to be happy with that. So we may or may not put our awnings up today. There's Pete's bush tracker, which you might remember from other episodes. His F truck. Our titanium. So, and of course the ram. So this is a caravan park, but it's quite open and spacious, and there will be a campground review video on this on Mud Duck's campgrounds at some stage. So there's that. Anyway, I just wanted to show you this. We'll be looking around Burrum Heads a little bit later on today, I dare say. So we'll take you with us on that and show you what we can. Well, we've come into Burrum Heads for a look, and the first thing we find is an F truck. Pete got all excited when he saw this, which is understandable because it's like way bigger than his. So we thought I'd have a quick look at that before we continue on our wanders around here. This is a nice looking area, this. So it's near one of the public boat ramps. So I'll give you a look. Very pretty. Not sure about the sunken boat out there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's still a very pretty place. We're just up from the boat ramp in the car park, and there's a bit of a walk here along the foreshore. Plenty of boats moored. Nice still day today, so very calm water. I imagine it's not that calm at other times, but it's quite nice at the moment. Just a pleasant area.
Fun though. That's quite a drink.
Well, good morning. Today we're in Bundberg, and there goes my truck. It's going into a shed because the reason we're in Bundberg, apart from holidaying, is I'm at Outback Comms and we're putting Starlink on the roof rack of the ramp. Well, we're in the shed at Outback Comms, and we've got the Gen 3 just sitting on the roof. So it'll be up the front and the middle. We're just working out where things have got to go Probably going to power it off a switch here, hopefully. But, Brendan, the main man, he's going to get this all under control. This is Brendan.
There you go.
So he's got this all sorted. So I've got complete faith in him. And yeah, by this afternoon, I'll have Starlink up on the roof. Some of the cable. The rest of it all goes out there. Well, I'm back out at Outback Comms in the afternoon. I don't know if you can see it. There's all the stuff just past the Victron there for controlling the dish and all that stuff. There's my little Wi-Fi router type of thing antenna, so I get decent Wi-Fi signal. And you can probably see the dish up there on the roof. So we haven't all got it connected to Starlink just yet. It's been tested, but I've got to hook up my account and all that stuff, so we're going to do that shortly. The truck's been here all day doing its thing. The boys have done a good job. Well, you can't come to Bundberg, especially if you're a rum drinker like me, without visiting this place. So here we are, the Bundy Distillery. Now, I did show you a shot of me because I'll be straight into a sun. So what I'll do is I'll go this way now. So here we are, famous Bundy Distillery. Now Karen's stolen the camera and I'm not mic'd up, so I'm going to talk a bit louder. Anyway, here we are, all good. I don't know how much I can show you in here. How much is that bottle? Don't know how much I can show you in here, but
700.
yeah, could be right. It says it's a 700ml. I think it's a bit more than that, given how you can't come into the Bundy Distillery and not go for a walk around the museum. I'm not going to spend a lot of time showing you the museum and all the history of it. I'd suggest that if you're in Bundberg, you come and have a look. There's everybody's mate, the Bundy Bear. Gotta like that. We've only got a few minutes before our tour starts, so I'll come back in here and look around the museum a lot more. So, it shows you all the things, tells you how it's all put in the vats and all that kind of stuff. So it's a pretty good place for a Bundy drinker like me. And then it's got a room that I consider one of the best rooms when I've been here before. Check that out. Hey, how good is that? There's $1 or $2 worth there. There's all the special ones of rugby union captains and teams and things on labels. There's pretty well everything that opens and shuts in the world of Bundy up there. It's pretty damn good.
The histories of the labels.
Well, we weren't allowed to have cameras on tour, but we can show you our selection of taste tests.
Okay, this one here is called the Solara. It's the top of the shelf one.
This one's flash one, this one.
This is very flash.
Kaz is not going to scull it,
No, definitely not.
but it's
It comes in a very fancy bottle. I think there's a...
It's very exciting. One I'm going to show you is the Distiller's Edition small batch. This one's 100 odd year old. It's that one in the middle. This is the one that Karen's going to try now, because she's not scared.
Smells beautifully. Oh, that's so nice. Very nice.
Don't forget, guys, we're rum drinkers, so we're like in heaven at the moment.
So the next one
The next one,
is, I believe is Steve's favourite, is the spice rum.
the spiced rum. Yep, I'll try it.
Gotta love a spice rum.
You do.
Oh yeah, you can definitely taste the spice.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's very nice, that one.
I'm not tasting much of these, guys, because I'm driving. So Kaz has to do it all. And then the last one,
Then the last one is
Kaz's personal favourite, no doubt, is the
you can't beat salted caramel.
salted caramel liqueur.
liqueur. Apparently, if you freeze the bottle in the freezer, you can have it get it thicker and have it over ice cream.
Yeah, they don't actually freeze.
It is. And it's so smooth and
Yeah.
so nice.
It is beautiful.
Oh, that's delicious.
Our barman and tour guide, Taylor, he was telling us that if you put your liqueurs in the freezer, they don't, sorry if I'm getting all off camera, guys, they don't freeze. The alcohol doesn't freeze in them, and they just thicken up and come out like sauces. And I can tell you, that salted caramel, if you were to tip that on ice cream, that'd be the bomb. The bomb. Here at the shop part at Bundy, the lovely Lisa is sorting us out with all of this, guys. Check this out.
Trying all the alcohol.
Look at it.
Just
That's not mine. But everything else here is, well, it's not all mine. A lot of it's hers.
No, we are buying for others.
Yeah, one bottle's for someone else. That's that bottle there on its own.
sad little bottle right there.
Everything else, all this lot here, is mine. But fortunately, beloved Lisa, who said she's happy to be on camera, is looking after us.
I'm also happy to help you drink it if you need it. It's part of my service. I don't even charge extra.
Wow, there you go. Free offers to help us drink it. Now, just quickly, for those who have often wondered why I need two fridges, when this is not a freezer on longer trips, it does this. It's got a collection of grog in it. That's what it does. Softies are in the fridge on the other side. Grog's on that one. Well, continuing our excursion around Bundberg in the wind, so I'll get a bit closer. Sorry about huge mellencamp. We've come down to the Bundy Barrel, which of course is where they make the Bundaberg ginger beer and all of those other nice softy style products. Except I'll just miss the walkway in, but anyway, we'll keep walking around it. I'll show you what the premises looks like before I take you inside. Karen and I are again booked in for a tour. This is a typical example of the trucks from back in the days used to deliver it around the track. This one. Trucks just like old Cliffy were used in the 1940s and 50s to deliver drinks to local houses and stores. Often they would only be fitted with basics, a windscreen and a wooden tray with a wooden bench seat for the driver. Old Cliffy, a 1929 Chevrolet, was restored in 2005 and is often used for community festivals and celebrations. Right, we're in the museum section of the Bundaberg brewed soft drinks, or the Bundy Barrel. First thing you encounter is this selection of their drinks, which we're going to taste shortly. And you get to have a look at what it sort of looks like in parts of the factory and some of the equipment. It's all very shiny and stained though, isn't it? You get to see some yeast stuff in operation here. Brewing step 2. There's even an interactive section here. We can click on cameras that are looking around the brewery themselves, so you can actually see what's going on in there. That's pretty cool. Then there's like a bottle filling section. It's probably not really doing it, but it looks like it. And then part of what the production line looks like as it comes out. That's pretty cool. I won't linger in here too long, guys, because you can only see little bits. Come in and have a look for yourself. I'm back out here in the booked tasting section. That's the section Karen and I will be in a while. And then out to the retail area where everything is Now, for anybody who knows Karen and I, you know we've got a bit of a fascination with zoos. And we found that in Bundberg there's a little council-run zoo that's free. I reckon it doesn't take you very long to go through it. So we're going to go have a look. Can't remember what it's called, but we'll know in a second. There it is. Welcome to the Alexandra Park Zoo. So, what we've read is it's only small, not a lot to it. But like I said, it's free. We're in Bunderberg, so we're doing Bunderberg touristy things, and this is one of them. We're not 100% sure what's in here, but there's things in here. Oh, yes, a goanna. You see plenty of those in the wild, of course, guys. So, there you go. Nice for him to be just there, isn't it? And a red-winged parrot somewhere further up, a bit harder to see. Well, king parrot. You all have seen king parrots before.
That's the male with the red. You see the male one?
The red right at the back. They're redder. We've got the red-tailed black cockatoo. So, emu power, as opposed to Kaz power and Bundy bear power.
There's two.
Twin stereo emus. So if you can see him in the background, guys, redneck wallaby. All the rednecks out there. There he is, just offside that tree. A little bit hard to see. That doesn't take very long, guys. If you're in the Bunderberg area, come and have a look at it. You could see it all in 5 minutes if you wanted to, or you can spend half an hour. But it's well worth a look.
Definitely worth the look.
And it's good value for money. Don't cost you a thing.
Definitely. They do ask for donations, so you just slip in a couple of coins here and there, and I'm sure they appreciate
Got
it.
a couple of shekels. All good. Well, good day, everybody. It's a couple of days since I last filmed anything. Kaz is holding the camera, for anybody who's wondering. See, both hands on the wheel. Well, we got out of Bunderberg early because the cyclone was getting close and the winds were getting rougher, so we weren't actually supposed to leave Bunderberg until tomorrow. But we got out yesterday, a bit before lunch. We headed into Kingaroy, and Kingaroy was fairly quiet, but the breezes have come up now. We'll always have to leave today, as you can see by the trees. It's quite windy out there now, so we're heading further south, trying to get away before it affects this region too much. Anyway, we stayed at the showground at Kingaroy last night. I didn't film it, didn't think of it, and I didn't think of it because I was distracted, because I ran into Steve and Annie from Saw Adventures, and they hung around for a few hours and we chatted and so on, and then after that it was time for dinner and watched a bit of telly and headed off to bed. So we're heading down a few hours down south, possibly Warwick, possibly Toowoomba, possibly Tennefield, we don't know. somewhere down that way to get us on the inland and well south of Brisbane, and that will definitely help us get to where we're going without getting blown away. Well, good afternoon. I haven't told you anything or done anything or done any filming since I was talking to you driving down here. We've come a little bit south of Stanthorpe to a place called Jennings. I think it's Jennings. And we're at a free camp where I think you can stay for 48 hours. I'll have a look at all that stuff later. So we've been able to set up in the free camp. So this will be an off-grid test because we haven't done any off-grid this trip, but it should be okay. So it should be interesting. So I've parked it in the sun. I don't expect to get a lot of shading off this tree, but if I do, I do. I'm parked now. I can't be bothered fiddling with it. The Ram's also parked obviously in there. Now for the first time I think ever for us, I've been able to stay connected. Now I've never told you too much about this. There's your spirit level bubbles, so left to right is perfectly fine. I found that just the way this is, where it's glued on funny or that's angled slightly, the bubble needs to be slightly there for it to be flat. It's actually flat like that. It doesn't look like it would be. You'd think the bubble needed to be in the center, but I've found over a period of time using it now that that's flat. So at the present time, because we've been driving all morning, we have 100% battery in the back of the truck, so the charge is only putting in 101 watts because at the moment we're only drawing 1.2 amps. So 121 watts loads, that's nothing. So that one's got full battery, and I'm pretty sure the Caravan's full battery. It should be. I think I saw it at full battery. So all I've done is put down a couple of chocks, put the back legs down just so that the van doesn't shake as much. And we'll have a look inside. We're not going to turn the air on yet. It's not hot enough. If we feel we need the air later, we'll put it on. But there you go. In the truck, we're at 100% battery as well. We are inverting because I've set it up in case we want to use anything here. It's getting 108 watts off the roof, so not much going on. So this is us for tonight. As you can see, I haven't set anything up yet, but I will. I'll put the telly up and all that kind of stuff, and it'll be all good. And I haven't made a decision as to where we're going to put the awning out. We're literally only staying tonight, so we might not. It's not too windy here at the moment, but if it gets windy, we wouldn't want the awning out. So, and realistically, we could probably sit on the other side of the van.
There's a tree there.
And there's a tree there. See, she's all over it, guys. All over it, she is. So I got the choice of sitting in that shade, but the van is creating shade on this side, so we could do that too. I just thought I'd show you. We've decided to microwave some leftover pasta. As I said, we're off grid. So as soon as I turn the microwave on, obviously the AC loads came up to 1311. Battery's still 100%. And the solar just cranked straight in and went, right, there you go, have 1100 watts. So we're in deficit by a little bit, but 1100 watts of solar, and it's not what you'd call the optimum angle. It's pretty good. And realistically, the microwave's going to be on for what, 2 minutes? 3 minutes, because I might have to zap it again. I haven't learnt this microwave yet. I just hit the 2 and it just started. So I'll have to see how I get the program the timing. I might need to read the instructions. Who does that? Anyway, thought I'd show you that. Just a little bit of typical off-grid use, but as I said, the battery's only supplying about 400 watts of the power being drawn between the 12 volt doing 100, 120 and the 240 doing 1100. There you go, it just clicked off. AC loads are back to 22 watts, which is pretty well standby. Solar still cranking. Pretty good, eh? I'll let you know how it keeps going the rest of the time.
I lose my breath whenever I see you.
Okay guys, just a quick update. We've been here about 3 hours. We did cook lunch in the microwave, as you saw. But we're still out in the sun. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. 100% battery. Because of that, the solar doesn't put a lot in. We've got the Victron inverting, so if I want to turn the aircon on later, I can. So I do quite like the Victron gear because I think it's just the most efficient at what it does. Now, as I said, we've been here about 3 hours, so let's have a look how the truck's going. Now the truck is now running the Starlink as well as the fridges. Oh, there you go. 100%. It's getting 109 watts off the roof. That's because it's drawing about 129 all up. So it's getting a good chunk off the roof as well. So about 3 hours worth of afternoon sun. We're still on full power. Obviously that's going to drop off over a period of time, but yeah, gotta love it so far. Running our gear, cooking our food, yeah, all that stuff. Still on 100%. Still got another hour or so of daylight, but shadows are getting a bit long, guys, so sun position's not optimal. But anyway, still working. Victron, titanium, RAM, all good things. Well, good day everybody. We're back from our trip. We're in the caravan parked out the front of the house, and we're hiding from parts of the wind from Cyclone Alfred. So by the time you see this, you'll know when Cyclone Alfred was, but if you didn't, it's March 2025. So I thought we'd talk to you a little bit about how the trip was and how we found the van more than anything. What did you think, Kaz?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was really nice. I found it was actually quite spacious. And I love the fact that when we got to camp at night, we just opened up the door and everything was there. It's the same bed, it's the same living quarters. It was great. Cooking was fantastic. I used the induction quite a lot. I think I only overcooked your meat once.
Only once, and it wasn't that bad. I actually like my meat well done, guys, so but overcooking it is not really an issue for me. But Kaz likes it sort of more on the medium side. So, and I, in fairness, do a bit more of the cooking of the steaks and stuff than Kaz does, but she still did a fine job, and I ate it. It was all good.
Showering in it was fantastic. Oh, I actually like the living space. What do you think?
I think it's fantastic. After quite a few years of swags, camper trailers, tents, to finally be in a caravan. I know it's a whole different lifestyle being in a van, but the advantages are just fantastic. Like no wet canvas to put up with at all.
Oh, that was fantastic.
If it's raining overnight, nobody cares. Even if the awning gets wet, it's a different material to canvas, so it's not a big deal if you roll it up wet. But if it's raining and you've got to get in the van, open the door, get in the van, turn the lights on, you're done.
Definitely.
You've got all the conveniences at home pretty well. We've got a full-size, queen-size bed in it, which is nice and comfy. Kaz wants a mattress topper. Kaz will win and we'll get one.
Well, these are just the little things you got to find out when we're using it and work out what's comfortable for us.
Exactly. 3 weeks of using it daily.
We actually know what we want now.
And yeah, it could be a little bit softer, so it'll be getting a mattress topper, but that's neither here nor there.
And that's the only little complaint we've actually got about the whole thing, isn't it?
Exactly. Water was good. We've got 400 litres of water in this thing. We didn't go close to running out.
No.
Mind you, we were on water from the mains a fair bit. We did a lot of caravan parks on this trip. So
Once again, only working out what we do and don't need for the caravan and whatnot.
exactly. And it was good because while we're on 240 volt, we were able to check the power draw of the appliances. We used the microwave. We had the air conditioner on at the same time. We did fire up the inverter, or not the inverter, the induction at the same time. We even had the air fryer going, the induction going, the microwave going, and the air conditioner going. And we saw a bit of power coming out of it.
A lot of power.
Somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 watts, but we got a 5,000 watt inverter. So we could do this off grid for a short time without any problem. It's up to it. So that worked well. There's plenty of light in here. It's actually getting close to dark outside when we're filming this, and I think we're lit up well enough. Space, we didn't trip over each other particularly.
No.
You got to get a little bit used to walking past each other here and there. Now, we lived in a house and they're in a 20-foot box, so there's a bit of that. But generally, I thought the van was good.
Definitely, I found it was fantastic. And as Steve mentioned earlier, I wasn't in a swag. I didn't have to worry about wet canvas. I didn't have to worry about opening up your little swag, little, what do you call it, flap?
To get out. Yep.
And everybody looks at you.
Don't have to hear the sounds of zippers in the middle of the night.
Zippers in the middle of the night. It's quite good. And when we roll over, we're not annoying each other. So Steve, how did the Ram perform? No, we have a 3500 Ram, which is lifted on 35s.
But I think the van was around 4 tonne. Wouldn't be much more than that. I'd be amazed if it was more than that. The Ram itself is around about 5.4 to 5.5 of us in it. So it's still got a few hundred kilos of room. And the 3500 on 35s, there's a lot of 35s in this, it just handled it.
Going up hills and stuff, I noticed that the Ram wasn't struggling one little bit. She was like, the torque, that's where it came in.
Yeah, I've learned how to tow with it. On my first couple of trips towing, I was trying to drive it more myself, going up and down through the gears on the selector on the steering wheel, and I'd find I'd either change it too late or change it a bit early or whatever, and the economy showed that. Now I just put it in tow haul mode, lock it into 5th so it won't go over 5th gear, because 6th is an overdrive, so you don't really want to put it in overdrive unless you're going down the hill or something. I just lock it in 5th, let it go. At 100 k's it's about 17 to 1800 revs. At 90 k's it's about 1500.
Everywhere we go, we were getting winds of 40 to 50 k's.
Yeah, and we bailed out of Bundberg early because the winds were going to be 90 to 100.
90 to 100 at Bundberg. This was when cyclone was, 700 kilometres off
Something like
offshore.
That. Might have been closer, but now it doesn't matter. It was well and truly out, but the winds were up there.
Winds were picking up big time.
So we went inland and south. We got home, and needless to say, the cyclone has been following us down the coast.
Definitely.
So we've still been sitting in winds all the way home and parking it, and we've been experiencing rain and wind since we got home, and it's been pretty crappy weather. But it is what it is. So
now you're all grown up, tall as a tree.
what I'm sure you people are interested in, because I've had a few questions on this, is the fuel economy on the Ram towing this big unit around. So
once again, we're in winds.
yeah, there was a lot of headwinds.
Lots and lots of wind.
So I'll tell you what we did roughly, and you work out whether you think that's good or not. I've got to look at my bit of paper, guys, because I had to work all this out a while ago. I could look at it on a phone, but I'm old, right? not good with tech. Anyway, total kilometres we did on this trip was 3,196 k's. So a bit further than we thought, but there you go. The fuel total cost for this trip was $1,418.68. I'll tell you everything. That's right down, that's worked out on my app, so that's correct. Total litres was 745.89 litres for the total trip. And the fuel economy across that, now the van wasn't always on, and it was on, there wasn't always headwinds, but there was headwinds. So the total economy on average across the trip was 23.34 litres to 100.
So some may think that's big, some may think that's average, some may think that's less.
I'll put it to you this way, guys. For my calculations, say 9 to 9.5 tonnes on the road all up, whatever it is, I reckon that's pretty good. 23. Yes. And average overall, because prior to having the Ram, we had a 200 series, and we used to tow around 2 tonnes with that. And when that was towing 2 tonnes, it would do 23 litres 100. So if you've got a typical 200 series, that's what you're looking at for towing 2 tonne. Not a 4 tonne brick and not a 5 tonne 200 series, obviously. So in case you're wondering, fuel economy on the Ram, 5.3 tonne when it's not towing, normally around town is about 16.5 litres per 100 k's. I think that's Y62 Patrol.
Definitely.
And it, you know, it's got a bit more grunt and a bit more size and stuff like that. I won't say it's more comfortable because that'll get us all into a whole argument about Nissans versus Toyotas versus Ram and everything else. But we find it comfortable.
And this is just our experience of what we've done so far, which is very, very minimum.
Now, I can tell you we had one tank full of fuel where we were driving it around, just exploring around a region. We weren't towing at all. We averaged 19 litres 100 on that. There was a bit of up and down through some mountains and twists and stuff, so I thought that was pretty good on that one. And on the worst day coming home, into 50k an hour headwinds,
side winds.
And some side winds, we did 28.5 litres 100. So yes, that's crappy, but I'm punching into headwinds that are really strong. So what can you do?
Yeah.
So yeah, but often we found 21 litres 100 or around about was towing when we didn't have horrible winds. So we set a few tanks on that. So I don't think it's too bad, guys, realistically. But I know you want to know the fuel economy, so there it is. So we won't bore you anymore. We've bored you long enough looking at our heads.
Definitely.
Rather look at that head than this head.
Not this head.
Look at that head, guys. That's a better head, right?
Actually, I've got a really nice new hat now.
Yeah, we may have spent too much money at Bundberg, but you would have seen that by now. So we'll get out of here, guys. Thanks for listening and watching this little end bit of the trip. But I thought you'd like to know the stats and how things went. In summary, van was fantastic.
Oh yeah, the car pulled it perfectly.
Ram was fantastic.
The
Kaz was fantastic.
The van was awesome. We had a lovely little holiday, and I can't wait to do more.
I was not fantastic.
Oh,
even when we met up with our friends, they were fantastic. It's just me. So I'm just not fantastic.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, guys, that'll do. We will catch up with you on the next one. Do all the YouTubey stuff.
Like and subscribe.
All that stuff.
All that stuff.
You can become a channel member. That'd be awesome. But you don't have to. Anyway, just chuck a like on the videos, guys. That's all we ask. We will see you on the next one. So it's cheers from me.
And cheers from me.
Have a good one, guys. All the best from Steve and Kaz at Bundark's Touring Australia. We'll see you next time. Can't do that? I can't do this. So I'll do this.
See ya.
Bye. What do you mean I can't do that?
Isn't that painted it?
No, I don't think so. Are you still watching? Switch it off. Go away. Go. Bye.